Morning, back to the Wandle with an acrylic portrait format. It's half the size I normally work on with watercolour, which is 15 by 11 or 16 by 12, mostly Fabriano. But once it's got some varnish or PVA glue diluted and some acrylic paint on, it becomes waterproof. And I've gone over both sides with PVA glue. So I want to do something like this with a wide bit of water and one side more dominant. It's a sort of a view for those that know the Wandle Valley, and I know some of you do. It's along the cycle path, pedestrian path, walking towards Dean City Farm and Merton Abbey. It's all we've got here really. We've got loads of lovely parks and so on, but as for rough terrain, no. It's suburbia and we have to make do with what's on our doorstep. And the River Wandle is a beautiful little chalk stream. It never was. It was ecologically destroyed, dead in the 50s and 60s, but it's brought back to life now with colossal effort and finance. And it is very beautiful to have in a suburban setting. But when all the leaves on the trees, you wouldn't know. You'd think you're in the Amazon. But on a tiny micro scale. So we'll put in a bit of black yellow, which is my main, well, my greens. I've got some sap green and viridian there. Lemon yellow. No, it's not yellow, lemon yellow. That's a mid yellow, cadmium yellow. Ochre, orange, alizarin, cadmium red, ultramarine, some cerulean, which I won't use, and the black, of course. So any combination of those colours. So let's just, I know that here along this bank here there are some whack and great willows, and one has come down in a beautiful bit of the Wandle, which has recently been opened up to the public. So we just put some bigger stuff here. Bit of blue in there, I think. Right, now we'll put in a bit of river, and then we'll paint the sky down to it. I hope this won't take long to dry, but we'll put in a slightly bluey bit of water. Whatever I put on now is going to be changed. This is just a blocking in. So we've got, there isn't a path this side here, there's a path going along here. So it's a sort of a grey path. So let's do some sort of grey colour. I'm going to put a bit of rough stuff in here. Okay, that'll do. Let's start working on the sky now. Right, so blue sky, let's put in some blue, some nice ultramarine. We can put a couple of dark bits in. We'll put a little bit of grey cloud. So it's not quite dry, but it will be. Right, let's get a bit of blue overhead. No, it's not blue enough. A bit of red in there. I'll give it a bit of a help with a blow with your hairdryer. Take your headphones off. I think you'll know me well by now, after 3.5 years. The way I paint, what are my subjects, the simple subjects that I choose to demonstrate. The world's full of complication and I just try to simplify it. Makes it easy for me and easy for you to follow and to copy. And I do try to go for an atmosphere rather than anything that's graphically correct or complicated. So that's better, we can paint it down to that. I will thicken up all this, but I just want to get the basics in, a bit of the cloud. Put some lovely white. I've got a mount for this to go in, but I have to go right to the edge because the mount is just slightly larger than it might otherwise have been. It was for something else. And right, let's get some. Now I'm not putting any ochre in this. I'm just using the blue, slightly tinting the clouds. So slightly blue. Some more blue in there. You mix the white with the blue and it becomes a blue-grey, which is lovely. Right. A great inspiration for some of my work is Jackie Gardner. I've made reference to her lovely work. Quite abstract, well, more abstract expressionism, lovely. But she seems to use mostly oil, but you can do a basic painting like this in acrylic and then go over it in oil, or do parts of it in oil, and it can be then described as an oil painting, even if it's just got a little bit of oil in it. So it's going over the edges now. So I know that when you paint, you're working from me or from Stephen Cronin or Alan Owen. And that is fine, that's how we learn. Right, let's put a bit of water here. Any unpleasant shapes there? A bit more grey in that, I think. Just blue, red and a lot of white. You can warm it up, have it on the red side. Right, just more of that whitey blue. Soften. Go over that, put some air back in the trees. How's that? Right, okay, that's all right. I haven't used my inch flats, but there they are, ready to go. This is quite a small painting and need to a bit more in there. Make that's just a little bit bare and some more detail in that maybe. Okay, let's put in some get some green in there as well. And we'll put in the bank on the other side. A bit of red, let's have a bit of red, a bit of ochre and a bit of green. Let that dry, I'll go back and put in some of the nice, the rich greens. Bit of red in there. I'm enjoying this, I'm just slopping paint on. Right, a bit of green now. Get some blue in there. Okay, that's coming up. Right, now some nice bright greens, catching a little bit of the light here. Now I'm going to put that path in, that grey, muddy. Right, a bit more of that sky. I'll just clean around the whites because I've got a medley of colours there. Plenty of paper. Okay, let's get. I'm pinching this little bit out of Jackie Gardner. I'm just using neat blue in there. Just to give some strength. They make hopefully this will make the blues look nice. It's got a bit of a high spot there, so I'll get rid of that. But just keep the clouds slightly off white with a bit of the blue. Just a bit of detail in this flat sort of area, a bit in there. Put a little bit of red in there, I think. Okay, well I'm going to let that go. Let's find the mount and stick it on there. Okay, let's put that there and another one over there. So it's a sort of abstracted scene. I've not overdone the river. I don't want to put any. It's quite fast flowing and quite disturbed. I don't want to put any reflections in. There would be a little bit coming down here, but I'm quite happy with that. It's not a representational piece of art. It's sort of semi-abstract expressionism, impressionism. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. I'll bring you round and you can have a close-up of it, bits of it. Okay, so let's go into this area here. So my attempts at an abstract willow tree, there's some massive ones along this stretch here, but so many have got so big that their own weight has broken them and they've come tumbling down. And it's part of the Wandle where this magnificent willow, it's been vulnerable for a while. This massive tree overhanging the Wandle, well, it's come down. So that's quite a sight to see. So there's my river. It's just a bit of water reflecting the sky, basically. Let's go up into the sky. So that dark bit there. It just has a little bit of detail in the sky. Right, let's come out of that. Right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye. Oops.